Welcome back, episode 176 of the Bears' latest podcast. I'm your host, Colton St. Vincent. How's it going? We're talking Bears football. Nice and easy episode tonight. We'll start off with a little offense chatter. Why do I bring up the whole offense? Why am I bringing everybody up? Ja'Day Walker recently on his Instagram showed him and the boys. Who are the boys? Where are they? They are at USC training. That means Caleb is there. Rome is there. Colston Loveland's there. And Luther Burden's there. The whole squad is there. No Cole Clement. Kind of weird, but anything could be happening there. All right? So don't think much about Cole. But this is sick. All right? For a couple reasons, I was reflecting on this earlier. Perfect toilet scrolling thoughts. Where have we had an offense like a unit before where you're excited that they are all coming back? When's the last time that happened, huh? Bears offenses aren't good. Ever. This is like a good season here could set up to be one of the best offenses in a franchise's history of 100 years. So, in my 31 years of life, it's already up there. And we've only seen a young quarterback and this young coaching staff for 1 year with a shit ton of injuries last year on the defensive side. So, just super pumped. Want to celebrate it while it happens, y'all. That's life. That's what I'm talking about. Another situation that happened yesterday. Alex Anzalone, former linebacker for your Detroit Lions. He was on a podcast, and he was asked about Aaron Glenn and why Jets fans should be optimistic. And while they were on the topic of coaches, he said he wasn't surprised that Ben Johnson left to get a head coaching job. They were all expecting it. But apparently about 24 hours before his decision, a lot of the players and other coaches were like, hey, dude, like, what are you going to do? What's your big plan here? And apparently Ben's like, I don't know. And he's trying to, like, act all aloof. So that's why the Lions players, Lions fans probably don't like the guy at all. I guess when you look at it from that perspective, I can sort of see something there, but yeah, this kind of cool. I don't know. I just like a good in-division rivalry. You really don't need much. The whole division does not like each other. But adding a little wrinkle here makes me think the Lions are obviously thinking about Ben Johnson. Packers thinking about Ben Johnson. Not sure what the Vikings are doing. They're pretty chill up there, but this is, I'm sure it's a tactic. This gets everything off of Caleb. Caleb is all flowers right now in the media. People are loving him. All you're seeing is all these other compliments, because even in this article, or in this interview, my bad, he even says with a quarterback like that and Ben's offense, you give them a decent defense and they're going to win some games. That's a guy that was a rival last year. So it's pretty sick, man. It's pretty sick that a very important player in the division sees what's going on our team. Team that we really don't. Again, the history of this team sucks. I'm sorry, but this offense just doesn't happen to us. So very sick. Very cool to stoke the divisional flames here. Next up, a pair of mock drafts, pair of draft topics. Number one is Underdog. Our old pals at Underdog. 2026 mock 2 weeks out. They tweeted this out yesterday. And pick 25, Akeem Mesidor. We have talked about him before on this show, is what I'm trying to say. He's an edge rusher. He is from Miami, and the dude is a physical monster. He's a guy where I think on paper you're thinking, how in the hell is this guy going to fall to 25? So he was ranked third at the combine for production score. He had an overall of 90. However, his athleticism score estimates to be a 69, making him the 20th most athletic person or most athletic edge rusher in the draft. And after all is said and done, Next Gen Stats has the guy as the 5th best edge rusher in the draft. If you watch him play, I for one am shocked that this dude isn't a top 10 pick. Watching him at Miami, he was a physical monster. Apparently, it's his height and length. And he's a little older. He'll be 25 years old next year. Personally, that sounds pretty sick to me. I don't know why he's this much older. He is from Canada. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I also just want to point that out. Akeem Mesidor. That's pretty sick. Big fan. Him being mocked at 25 seems crazy. It says it's even 6 picks lower than the projection. So, we go over a lot of these names. There's not many names on here that I'm upset about. That's super cool. Finally, if we are still talking about dark horses, throwing names out there, that this is the first time I've heard this name. Take a listen of this guy. Max Ihanachor. Not bad, huh? I think I nailed that on the first try. Offensive tackle out of Arizona State. I'm reading our good pal over at Sports Mockery, Eric Lambert. Please go check out Eric. And he breaks down why he thinks picking an offensive lineman is actually a pretty good idea. And he even puts in a little Nate Tice and his good old dad, Mike Tice, former Bears coach, talking about offensive lineman prospects in this draft. And they talk about Ihanachor. Nailed it. They talk about him. And Mike Tice loves this dude. He says he is one of the most explosive linemen in the draft. It's a guy that I think he even says it's like one of the only things him and his son agree on during this show. But they both think he's like a top 20 pick. He should be. So if he falls to 25, like Eric Lambert is saying he might, he's a slider. So is he going to be sliding because he doesn't fit that realm of picks? And if he does get to a 25, is it too much to pass up? I don't freaking know, man. What would I do? Me as the expert that I am, I would address defense. But if they fall in love with a guy like this, he's 6'6", 321, runs a 4.91. He's just a massive, massive human being. Apparently 34-inch long arms. Primary concern is his lack of polish. So maybe it's a first-round project and you're not looking directly at this season. Maybe you're looking down the line when the rest of the... Now that center is kind of wonky, you really can't be too deep at the offensive line position. So, something to keep an eye on. Max Ihanachor. Once you hear that name of the draft, that's the steal of the draft. That's the kind of vibes that I'm getting from this guy. But thanks for listening, guys. Told you earlier, short and sweet. Episode 176 of the Bears' latest podcast. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you guys in our next video.